Hey guys, what's up? It's Sane4414 or Tony, and it's been a while since I did an Andi Mack review. Well, sorta. Actually, it's been a while since this episode aired. This was the last episode before the hiatus, and episodes come back Monday. As a matter of fact, today is Saturday, June 2nd. Yeah. Anyway, so this episode was all over the place. A lot of things happened. So, let's just get started. I might accidentally leave some stuff out, but starting with the next episode, I'll probably be taking notes and stuff like that. I thought about that this episode, but I'm like, I'll start with the next episode. And also, as soon as this season wraps up, I will go back and do season 1 and the first half of season 2, because I know I missed like 20 episodes or so. Anyway, with all the extra stuff out of the way, let's get started. So, this episode begins with Cyrus doing tongue twisters so that he doesn't get... He's trying to get his self set up for his speech at his Bar-Mitzvah, which they've been hyping up for the last few episodes, or they've been mentioning it, rather. And this also brings most of the characters back into the forefront, and it gives everybody something to do. I mean, let's see. I'm gonna start with, Cyrus comes out to Andi. As we know, Buffy already knew. Andi didn't get it at first, but then he did, or then she did. And I think it's another way for them to bond over Jonah. So that happened. Celia and Hammer there, they don't do much. Not Buffy. We'll come back to Buffy. Bowie is back. It starts off with them basically telling him that they saw him with Miranda and her daughter. Apparently Miranda thinks it's serious. Bowie doesn't know. Reason being, one major thing in this episode has been act as if. That's the basic theme of the episode. Basically, Andi acting as if Jonah isn't there. Becks acting as if Bowie isn't there. Because Andi cares about Jonah. And, of course, Becks cares about Bowie. So, yeah, it's been a whole act as if the person isn't there. Anyway, so Bowie... This is kind of skipping ahead. Like I said, this is going to go all around. I'm sorry. Bowie writes a speech that he's going to tell Andi and Becks. He doesn't. He starts to read a little of it and starts to tear up. Of course, I can't see that, but I can kind of tell in the voice and everything. So he tells Becks to read it after he's gone. So she starts to read it. The first half is about Andi. Andi gets it later, and Andi reads the part basically that says there are two things that are important to him in the world: the universe and them. I don't know if it just meant them, or it said you, so I don't know if it meant them or Andi. But anyway, it said he could live without the universe, but he couldn't live without them. Or Andi, I'm not sure which. Anyway, so this is kind of skipping to the end. She's gonna call Bowie, but then Jonah knocks on the door. And the funny line is, so Becks is basically like, we should call Bowie. Becks was like, no, because she's really stuffed and she can't really move. Andi is like, act like you didn't eat a lot of food. Act as if you're gonna be okay. And Becks' response, see me tomorrow for a when you come back. That was hilarious. Anyway, so I'm gonna skip back a bit because it kind of ties into what happens at the end with Andi and Jonah. But there's a and this is a big thing for this episode. There is a fortune teller, which everybody goes to see. But before that, TJ is there because he was invited by Cyrus. And once again, Buffy is like, you don't exist, so it's like, act as if once again. Anyway, so TJ comes into play in a big way later. But each of them basically asks the fortune teller a question. Or rather, they write it on a card. And most answers are a yes or no plus more. For example, Andi asks if she'll ever have a real boyfriend, because, as we know in the last episode, seems like Jonah's not it. Or is he? We'll get back to that. So, the person says yes, but, or rather, maybe sooner than you think. Cyrus asks, will he ever get into an Ivy League college? She says, yes, but you won't graduate from there. My thoughts on that are, maybe he'll get in, but he won't decide to go to that one, or maybe he just won't finish there, maybe he'll get a better job somewhere, I don't know. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. The big one, or one of the big ones, however, is Buffy asks, is her mom home for good? Or rather, she writes it on a card. She says, no. But then she also says, neither are you. Buffy is really, really worried at that point. So she calls her mom to ask her if she got deployed or anything like that. She's like, no, she's home for at least a good 2 years. So then Buffy goes back to the fortune teller and gives her a piece of her mind. Basically, she's really depressed and frustrated. She tells her, my mom's in the military. She hasn't seen her in over a year. Why would you say that? Why'd you lie? And she's like, I'm not lying. Basically, she says that they come to the conclusion that she might be moving. We'll come back to that too. But in this process, the reason she actually decides to go back to the fortune teller is because TJ, he has a big part in this fortune teller part. He asks her if what the fortune teller said to her was true. She says, I really hope not. Because the fortune teller told him that he had a learning problem. Or he asked, do I have a learning problem? He wrote that on the card, but the fortune teller never saw it. She said yes, but your friend can help you. Meaning that Buffy can help him. So that was the catalyst for Buffy wanting to actually go back and talk to the fortune teller. Anyway, finally, and I think this is the last part, Jonah. So, Jonah... Actually, no, there's one more part. There's this guy that does caricatures. His name is Walker. I think he's going to be important later. Possibly. He does a caricature of Andi. And this is right after the part with the fortune teller for Andi. Andi meets up with this guy, Walker. So, seems like they might have a thing. I don't know. They might become an item. Who knows? But, they're dancing and everything. Jonah sees that. Jonah gets a little jealous. Proves Jonah actually really likes Andi. Anyway, fast forward just a little bit. So, Jonah later has a panic attack. I don't know if it's over the fact that he actually cares about Andi or what, but he has a panic attack. Doesn't want anybody else to know. I think TJ sees him, goes to get Andy's dad, or not Andy's dad, Cyrus's dad. And Cyrus's dad, who's a doctor, basically tells him it could happen again. He's scared, he doesn't want it to happen again. Sorry, I had to sneeze. Anyway, I'm back. Basically, after all that happened, Jonah decides that he kind of wants to be with Andi. He tells her this. He asks her, so what does she think? Her response, which is once again crazy, because that's how I think the first season ended, is, He's like, and then it ends. And then we have scenes. Amber's back. She hasn't been back for a while. Amber's back. She's talking to Becks. There's going to be something interesting there, I think. Crap, I always forget her name. Jonah brings a gift to Andi. Apparently not the best gift. He tries again. Apparently not everybody's good with gift giving. He's trying to show what it made him think of her. But anyway, but a major thing is that Buffy finds out she's moving. She's like, I have an idea. Here's my speculation. I think Buffy may end up staying with Ham and Cece. That's my prediction on that, because she said she had an idea. So I'm thinking maybe she'll do that. I don't know, that's just my prediction. But anyway, this was a long review. It was a really good episode. It was also like an hour. But I will be back probably Monday or Tuesday with a review of episode 14 of season 2. But until then, I will talk to you guys later. I will hopefully have another Pokemon review up later this week. I do have something planned. Anyway, God bless you guys. Stay safe and peace.